Hello and welcome, I'm Ankit Tuteja and you are watching Tech It Out. This week, we tell you about the latest QR code scam. Find out how new UPI rules could improve the way you use digital payment services. And we tell you about the major space events of 2024. Let's get started. Technology has made our lives better and easier. QR code is a great example. It comes in handy in many situations. Scan it and voila, your job is done. These QR codes are now being misused by scammers. The latest scam is tricking devotees in India. Here is more.
Look at this. These are quick response codes, popularly known as QR codes. A QR code is a type of barcode that stores information and can be read by your smartphone. Most of us use them almost daily to make payments, find out information, and to access a restaurant menu. QR codes are used for many purposes. But did you know that scammers are now using these easy-to-use QR codes to dupe people? QR code scams are surging, and here's the latest development. The Indian state of Uttar Pradesh is gearing up for the inauguration of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya, which is believed to be the birthplace of Lord Ram. Scammers are using this event and exploiting QR codes to loot devotees. So how does the scam work? Cyber criminals are circulating a message with a QR code on social media. People are urged to scan the QR code and make donations. Bad actors are seeking money in the name of the Ram Temple Construction Fund. The money, however, is transferred to a fraudster. So watch out for such posts on Facebook, Instagram, or other social media platforms. The scam has been flagged to the Home Ministry and police in Delhi and Uttar Pradesh. An Indian right-wing Hindu organization has even issued a warning on social media asking people not to fall prey to the scam. Also, note that no individual is authorized to collect funds for the temple.
This is not the first time QR codes have been used by scammers to dupe people. Scammers are misusing QR codes in different ways to trick users. Such scams are rising in India. So what can you do to stay safe from QR code scams that are becoming more prevalent? Firstly, avoid scanning random QR codes. Make sure they are from trusted sources. If you scan a QR code in a public place, inspect the URL before you open it. Look for signs of tampering, see if there are any misspelled words or typos. Secondly, after scanning a QR code, if the site asks for a password or login information, be suspicious. Thirdly, do not scan QR codes received in emails or text messages, especially if it urges you to act immediately. Call the sender to confirm. Fourthly, some scammers physically place their own QR codes over legitimate ones. Cross-check the account details that appear in your app with the account holder you are sending the amount to. Last but not least, ensure your phone is protected with the latest version of security software. It can protect you from malware attacks. If you use any UPI app, this story is for you. New changes related to digital transactions have been announced in India. We get you more details in this report.
Most of us use UPI apps daily to make instant payments or transfer funds. UPI has made the money transfer process a lot easier. But did you know that there are now new rules that could improve the way you use UPI apps? There are plans to deactivate UPI IDs and numbers that have been inactive for over a year. This is an attempt to prevent potential misuse. The National Payments Corporation of India, which is the nodal body for UPI, has asked payment apps such as Paytm, Google Pay and PhonePe to do so. The Reserve Bank of India has increased the UPI transaction limit for education and healthcare institutions to 5 lakh rupees. Earlier, the transaction limit was set at 1 lakh rupees. There is a proposal to put a 4-hour time limit for the first payment that exceeds 2,000 rupees. This is only for users who have not transacted before. Users will be allowed to reverse or modify the transaction during that window. This will provide an additional layer of control and security. It can help reduce the growing cases of online payment fraud. There are also plans to roll out UPI ATMs across the country. This will make it easier for people to withdraw cash by just scanning a QR code.
2024 is set to be a busy year in space, with the launch of new rockets and spacecraft. Several new rockets are set for blast-off in 2024. Here are some interesting flights space watchers can look forward to this year.
India is set to embark on a series of space exploration missions in 2024. This year, Indian Space Research Organisation, or ISRO for short, has a compelling lineup of 12 groundbreaking missions. This includes India's maiden human space flight, the Gaganyaan mission. It aims to transport 3 astronauts 400 kilometers above Earth's surface. The Ariane 6 rocket, which carries Europe's hopes for space autonomy from the United States and Russia, is set to make its inaugural voyage between June 15th and July 3rd. The project was launched in 2014 in response to the rise of SpaceX's Falcon 9. Building on Ariane 5, Ariane 6 should be half as expensive as its predecessor, thanks to new production methods. Once launched, the challenge for Ariane Group will be to successfully ramp up its output. This is the Vega C rocket manufactured by Italian space company Avio. It has been banned from flying since December of 2022 after the failure of its first commercial flight. According to the European Space Agency, it's now supposed to launch again in the fourth quarter. United Launch Alliance, a joint venture between Boeing and Lockheed Martin, has developed the Vulcan Centaur rocket to replace its Atlas V and Delta IV launch vehicles. After getting past the first few flights, ULA will begin recovering and reusing the first stage boosters. According to the CEO of ULA, such innovations make the Vulcan platform much more affordable than its predecessors. The first launch of Vulcan Centaur is scheduled for early January. This ambitious mission will carry a private lunar lander, which could become the first American spacecraft to land on the moon since the end of the Apollo program. The second mission, which will carry Sierra Space's new Dream Chaser spacecraft, is planned for the second quarter of 2024. SpaceX will continue to test its Starship mega rocket in 2024. Starship is the largest and most powerful rocket ever built. Its development is being closely scrutinized by NASA, which has contracted a version of Starship as a lunar lander for its Artemis missions to the moon. SpaceX boss Elon Musk predicts the new launch could take place in weeks. He is known for his optimistic forecasts, but the next flight won't take place until there's a green light from the Federal Aviation Administration. Blue Origin already flies tourists to space on short hops carried out by its New Shepard suborbital rocket. But the company headed by Jeff Bezos is also working on a bigger rocket, New Glenn. It will be able to carry payloads of 45,000 kilograms to low Earth orbit. New Glenn is also an essential element of the lunar landing system ordered by NASA for the Artemis V lunar mission. 2024 should end with a crewed mission around the moon in a mission called Artemis II. It will send humans around the moon. Artemis 1 was an uncrewed lunar mission which took place in late 2022. With its second iteration, NASA is going one step further.
On Tech It Out, we keep bringing you updates from the world of robotics. Up next, we tell you about robots in space. Humanoid robots going to space could become more common as technology advances. Here is more.
The world of robotics has witnessed major developments over the years. Robots can now walk, talk, cook, paint. Well, they can do almost everything that a human can. Humanoid robots are becoming more lifelike. Engineers believe that with the right software, humanoid robots can function similarly to humans. Space experts believe humanoid robots are ready to play a greater role on Earth and beyond in the coming years. Look at this. This is Valkyrie, a part of NASA's humanoid robot fleet. Valkyrie is 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighs 136 kilograms. The humanoid robot has been named after a female figure in Norse mythology. Valkyrie has been designed to operate in remote areas or places that have been hit by natural disasters. But robots like her could also one day operate in space.
So we're not trying to replace human crews, we're really just trying to take the dull, dirty, and dangerous work off their plates to allow them to focus on those higher level activities.
Another robot by NASA, Robonaut 2, was built and launched in 2011. Robonaut 2 was the first humanoid robot to enter space. It returned to Earth in 2018. Back then, Robonaut 2 performed basic tasks in the space station, like operating a control interface and measuring airflow from a vent. In recent years, NASA has partnered with robotics companies like Apptronics to learn how humanoid robots developed for terrestrial purposes could benefit future humanoid robots destined for space. Apptronics is currently developing Apollo, a humanoid robot designed to work in warehouses and manufacturing plants.
In many ways, the systems of today, including robots like Apollo, are designed with modularity in mind to be able to adapt to many applications. And that's where NASA is really trying to get that insight to see what are the key gaps where we would need to invest in the future to bring a terrestrial system into the space environment and certified for operating in space.
Experts believe that humanoid robots in space could potentially handle risky tasks like cleaning solar panels or inspecting malfunctioning equipment outside the spacecraft, so astronauts can prioritize exploration and discovery.
Facebook is back with a new way to track your data. SpaceX has launched its first set of satellites with direct-to-cell capabilities. The week gone by was buzzing with a lot of exciting tech developments, and we bring you the most interesting ones in a tech wrap.
Artificial intelligence is playing a key role in designing security systems around the world. The cutting-edge technology could now be used to offer security solutions at the Ram Temple in Ayodhya, which is located in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. It's reported that artificial intelligence surveillance is likely to be introduced for the security of the Ram Temple, where the pilgrim footfall is expected to increase sizably after the January 22nd inauguration. The AI surveillance could help in detecting frequent visitors and spotting suspicious trends within the temple premises. A security alert would be raised automatically for the security agencies to follow up. There are plans to make AI surveillance an integral part of the security and surveillance drill. Besides AI surveillance, 11,000 state police and paramilitary forces are likely to be deployed for the consecration ceremony of Ram Lalla. The manual as well as video surveillance is already in place in the red zone, where the Ram temple is located. According to a senior police official, the threat perception of the Ram temple is high. Therefore, it's important to keep a tight vigil on all movements in Ayodhya. Meet Willis Gibson. This 13-year-old boy from America has become the first person in the world to beat the Tetris game. Gibson, who goes by the streamer name Blue Scooty, forced more than 3 decades-old classic Nintendo video game to go into kill screen mode. He set new world records for the overall score, levels achieved, and lines cleared. He ultimately reached the point where the game crashed, signaling his remarkable achievement. This feat was previously achieved only by artificial intelligence. Released in 1984, Tetris became an instant hit worldwide, challenging players to rotate and combine 7 different falling block shapes. Tetris is the best-selling video game of all time, with 520 million copies sold to date. UK police are investigating the gang rape case of a 16-year-old in the metaverse. This seems to be the first time a virtual sexual offence is being investigated by cops. As per reports, the victim was wearing a virtual reality headset in an immersive game when her avatar, an animated representation of her, was gang raped by several male avatars. Although the girl did not sustain any physical injury during the attack, the victim suffered the same emotional and psychological trauma as someone who has been raped in the real world. The investigation has raised eyebrows over the inadequacy of existing laws in addressing virtual offences. Many argue that the police should focus on real-world cases, as both the police and the prosecutors are currently struggling with an enormous backlog of actual rape cases. UK Home Secretary James Cleverly, on the other hand, says it's worth realizing that somebody who is willing to put a child through a trauma like that digitally may well be someone that could go on to do terrible things in the physical realm. Do note that prosecuting the perpetrators in this case might be an uphill task. Understand that as per the existing law, sexual assault is defined as a physical touch in a sexual manner without consent. Time and again, Facebook has been slammed for tracking user data and violating online privacy of people. The social network is once again under fire for such unethical practices. The social media platform has introduced a link history feature in the mobile app that keeps track of all the websites you visit within the app. So how does this feature work? The new link history feature creates a special repository of all the links you visit within the Facebook mobile app. The links accessed are stored for 30 days. This website history is then used by Facebook to target users with personalized ads. Not just that, the new feature is turned on by default. It gives users the ability to deactivate the link history feature. Facebook, in its defense, says that this new feature allows users to easily retrieve old links that they might want to visit again. The new feature has not gone down well with many Facebook users. Last year in May, the European Union imposed a $1.3 billion fine on Meta for flouting EU's data privacy rule. Later in July, Australia fined Meta $14 million for undisclosed data collection. Now, the link history function raises new privacy questions. Elon Musk's space exploration company SpaceX has launched 6 satellites that are capable of connecting directly to cell phones. In other words, these direct-to-cell satellites have been designed to function as a cell phone tower in space. The US wireless carrier T-Mobile will use SpaceX's Starlink satellites to provide mobile users with network access in parts of the United States. Other wireless providers across the world, including Japan's KDDI, Australia's Optus, New Zealand's One New Zealand, Canada's Rogers, will collaborate with SpaceX to launch direct-to-cell technology. The direct-to-cell service at first will begin with text messaging, followed by voice and data capabilities in the coming years. Meanwhile, India will launch a communication satellite using SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket this year. The high-capacity satellite aims to boost India's broadband communication, especially in remote and unconnected regions of the country. Ahmedabad, a bustling city in the Indian state of Gujarat, has become the first city in India to get an AI-enabled surveillance system. The initiative is a collaborative effort between the local police department and the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation. An all-new artificial intelligence-enabled command and control center has been set up at Ahmedabad's Paldi area. The AI surveillance system gathers and monitors live drone footage and camera feeds from traffic signals and local buses. That's not all. Apart from detecting traffic violations, the AI surveillance system can also be used to locate missing people and spot suspicious or illegal activities. The AI system will also help authorities monitor the conditions of roads and streetlights better and identify issues such as illegal parking, littering, and other civic issues.
Well, that's all we have for you in this episode of Tech It Out. We will continue to bring you exciting inventions and updates on the latest gadgets. I will be back soon. Until then, keep watching WION World is One. And yes, don't forget to follow us on social media. For now, it's me, Ankit Oteja, signing off.